I just got off a cross country flight and I got lucky enough to watch this live. This is an interview with Karen Reed's, two of my favorite, I mean, they're all my favorite defense attorneys, Bob Alessi and David Yannetti, with Ian Runkle of the Bailey on YouTube. And this is such an interesting behind the scenes conversation, just what it was like, working as defense attorneys and what it was like really kind of behind the scenes with some of the witnesses. So go and watch the entire interview. But Bob Alessi is so interesting. Number one, he only sleeps 2 hours a night. I am just in awe. He's like an essential learner. He just wants to learn all the time. He's so smart. But this is such a great answer. They asked basically, or Ian asked, kind of like, what was the joy of working this and how did you feel like as a hero? Because people really look at you guys as heroes. And David's answer was how he's not like a man of the spotlight, but he loved hearing the screams outside and hearing the cheers and the free Karen Reed and the everyone in pink, and how the best feeling ever was when he walked out and they all walked out and they won the case and everyone was so excited and he wanted to kiss everyone. He was just so happy. And here's Bob's answer, and I am obsessed with this answer. I almost want to take notes.
Is similar, but a little different in some ways than David's. Similar in that the real heroes, in my mind, are those people who put on the uniform for their country, don't make a lot of money, don't
Exactly.
sacrifice their lives, be it a first responder, a military person. They literally put their lives on the line, and they may not see their family when they come home. And so, to me, I have a special and limited definition of a hero. However, I do view ourselves as a step down below heroes, but somewhat of of an elevated status, and I view that as being a vessel, being privileged to take on the desires, the wants, and the cries for justice of the millions of people who have watched this trial and watched what happened. So, in that regard, I almost feel somewhat like an avatar for everybody. And so, with that comes a responsibility to work hard, do good, because we're the only thing between those folks and just disappointment. And so, I consider it stepping up. There are significant financial sacrifices. Everybody on this team made personal financial sacrifices. I'm not going to go into
Yeah.
the details, but they're real. And however, and David has heard me say this before, there are different kinds of income in my mind. There's monetary income that everybody knows about. There's psychic income, which gives you a feeling of joy in what you're doing. And then there's spiritual income. And whether it's religious or just whatever spiritual, that's income. And I will tell you for myself, the spiritual income from being able to work on this case, to be a vessel through which millions of people could exist and see that we're every one of them. We have some skill sets that we can do maybe a little bit more, but many people, as David said, did so many things and sacrificed. Also, I felt that there are there's a limited number of attorneys in my mind who would actually end up doing this, and so I want to credit my team members, and I never heard anybody once in the many months,
You're about to get to where where I was about to, I think.
yeah, I just came on the second trial. David Yannetti, Alan Jackson, Liza Little. This was their
Yep.
second, and no one ever mentioned one peep about how this is affecting me in whatever way. So I want to
Yeah.
give credit particularly to my co-counsel for the sacrifices they made, and a step down below hero, but maybe
Monetary income, psychic income, and spiritual income. That man is so smart. But so much of this interview goes to why they won. I mean, obviously they had the data and the science behind them. They had the right experts. They had everything, but they also worked so well together as a team. It sounds to me like they all really got along. They had some really good like energy. You can tell especially Bob and David are like boys. They really are friends. You can tell they'll be friends for life. They kind of like throw the ball back and forth with each other. It sounds to me like they really respected and cared for each other as a team, and they worked well. And that's like, I don't think you can get this again. It's like, I don't know. It reminds me of like the Lakers in the 90s. Is that the right decade? Like the good old, like the perfect team.